Now the crazy part here is, even if you walk in through that door with 5 million ringgit cash in the bag, you won't be able to buy one. Maranello's first ever you-know-what has finally arrived here in Malaysia, and it is on display at this very beautiful and new showroom by Ital Auto here at Four Seasons Hotel. So watch on and I'll tell you all about the Ferrari Purosangue. First thing first, according to Ferrari, this is not an SUV. The name Purosangue means thoroughbred in Italian. So even though it has 4 doors and appears larger than usual, it is still a thoroughbred Italian stallion with added practicality. I don't know about you, but when I first saw it in Sydney, Australia, I loved it. Maybe because it doesn't look bulky, which is a good start for a car in this class. Well, that's partly thanks to the floating body design by making the body looks like it's detached from the wheel arch, and the sloping roofline towards the back helps as well. In case you're wondering, the headlights are actually down here, while this top part here, which is beautifully carved out together with the DRL, are air intakes. The one on the top is to channel air into the wheel arch, into the engine compartment, and also to reduce drag by channeling air into the aero bridge. Yes, it does have an aero bridge just like the F12. Now, the one down here, it is to cool down the brakes. The much larger air intake at the bottom is for the radiator, while the one on the left is for the power transfer unit. The one towards the right is to cool the radiator for the active dampers. The front wheels are 22-inch in size using 255/35 tyres, while the rear is a massive 23-inch with 315/30 tyres. These cool cutouts are to channel turbulent air out of the wheel arch and then streamline nicely and smoothly along the side of the car, while this cleverly placed and designed vent is for the rear wheel arch. The taillights look like the ones from the 296 GTV, while down here, you probably won't miss it, is the large rear diffuser for the Aeroworks. What's really unique back here is how they designed the surface of the rear screen. Together with the vortex generator hidden underneath the roof spoiler, it is able to channel air smoothly on the surface of the rear screen and cleaning it at the same time. Hence, there's no need for rear wiper. The Purosangue comes with only one engine variant as of now, which has to be the 6.5-litre naturally aspirated V12. With this front mid-engine setup, it is paired with a 8-speed F1 dual-clutch transmission. It makes 725 horsepower and 716 Nm of torque. It gets you from 0 to 100 in just 3.3 seconds. 0 to 200, 10.6 seconds. It maxes out at 310 km/h. This engine is designed to provide high torque at low revs to overcome the inertia of this large machine. You get up to 80% of maximum torque at revs as low as 2,100 RPM. That's 573 Nm. Power is sent to all 4 wheels, but in a very unique trend axle setup. The gearbox located at the back powers the rear wheels, while the front wheels are through the power transfer unit that comes directly from the engine. Now, let me show you the interior, but we start from the back seat because you need to see this. Ho ho ho! Suicide doors for a Ferrari. And check out how thick the hinge is to hold the door. So with this design, you can get in and out of the car comfortably without needing a huge opening. So because of that, the wheelbase of the car can be reduced. As you can see, there are only 2 seats at the back, and yes, they do come with ISOFIX anchors, which means your kids can come along. Right in the middle here, you get this really cool rotary knob that rises up for you to control the climate settings, the seats, and also to turn on and off the electrochromatic panoramic roof, which is an option. You get the full carbon fiber roof as standard. And to close the door, no manual labor is required. The dashboard looks like it has got a double bubble design. It is almost symmetrical, except there's no steering wheel on the passenger side, obviously. But it comes with a huge screen for your passenger to fiddle with, like climate settings, see how fast you're going, and also audio control. Speaking of audio, it comes with a set of 21 speaker, 1420 watt per Meister audio system. As for the driver, you feel very much cocooned in here with a high window line and a driver-focused setup. It looks very familiar, very modern Ferrari with the curved digital screen and also this SF90 and 296 looking steering wheel with all the controls on it, including the Manentino switch, which you can choose between ice, wet, comfort, sport and ESC off. There is no race mode here for, well, obvious reasons. Towards the center, there is no head unit for you to play with, but a very cool rotary dial that rises up for you to control your climate settings and seats as well. Down here at the center console, you get this H-gated gear selector, which is very clean and very minimalistic looking. If you want to make your Purosangue a little bit more speciale, you can choose to have copper filaments weaved into the carbon fiber design. The Purosangue is perhaps the most practical Ferrari ever made because you can actually flatten the back seats to carry really large items. For a vehicle this size with supercar delivery, a certain level of vehicle dynamics is required, like hill descent control for example, which is a first for a Ferrari. Independent four-wheel steer just like the limited run 812 Competizione. It also gets 296 ABS Evo with 6-way chassis dynamic sensor for that extra stopping power. The world's first Ferrari active suspension technology using Multimatic's true active spool valve system shock absorbers with 48-volt motor to reduce body roll and pitch. And of course, side slip control version 8 is a must for a modern Ferrari. Oh yes, this thing can go sideways. Now to the magic numbers. How much does it cost? It starts from 5 million ringgit after duties but before options. Now the crazy part here is, even if you walk in through that door with 5 million ringgit cash in the bag, you won't be able to buy one. Yep, if you want to get one, do come by to register your interest. You might, I don't know, maybe, might get one. If you want to find out more about this Ferrari Purosangue, do log on to AutoBuzz.my. 5 million, okay ma? Get 4 doors, such a big car, V12, okay what?